Hi, I'm Aaron and I'm a Norse pagan, and today we will be talking about my Norse pagan tattoos. So, first of all, we will be talking about these lovely Norse pagan tattoos that I got done by a tattoo in Urban Inks in Romford. And the tattooist is known as Rue Gladwell, so she's done a really good job. Now, I've had these tattoos now for about a year, so we'll talk about the hand one at first. So we have Othala, Ansuz, Laugus, Fehu, and Rado. Now, altogether, by the sounding of these runes, it says O Alfur, which represents O, All Father. But it actually represents my ancestors. So Othala represents ancestry and heritage and home. So it represents my ancestors, giving me communication and understanding. So Ansuz represents communication and understanding. So communication and understanding, to understand my emotions and flow. So Laugus represents emotion and flow. And the reason why I put it on the middle finger is because, well, there are times where we always get very emotional and we always go, put our middle finger up and that kind of emotion and flow. But through communication and understanding, from communication and understanding of the emotion and flow, you can have wealth and prosperity, which is what Fehu represents, wealth and prosperity on Rado, travel, rhythm, and path. So that's what it means, and it's on my right hand because the right hand is what I'm working on. The next rune, or the next kind of symbol, this is actually known as a Pictish pagan symbol in Scotland, and it represents the moon crescent and the V-rod, which represents me as a warrior. And I really love this symbol because it was from Scotland and it is actually on a Pictish runestone. The next rune, or the next kind of runes, is this one, where we have Tiwaz, Dagaz, Fehu, and Manaz. And it represents, I love how they warp. So when you do this, it looks like they're wrapping around your arm. But it represents the masculine drive to have hope and destiny and wealth and prosperity with my friendship and companionship. The next part is this band around here. This band represents where my bangle of protection goes in the evening. And it symbolizes that bangle of protection always on my skin. The next kind of thing is this old picture, or this old kind of runestone picture of Odin riding Sleipnir, his 8-legged horse. But as he rides his 8-legged horse, he goes to the Volknut. So it represents how Odin finds us, and we are the ancestral Volknut. We are the slain warriors, and when the Valkyries see this symbol, they take us to the halls of Valhalla. So it represents how Odin finds us, and in doing so, we follow Odin. And then you have this symbol here, which is like another band, but it represents when someone grabs my arm, they hold this and then they actually grab this band. It represents a dragon, the dragon that holds at the basis of Yggdrasil's tree. And what it symbolizes to me is a fierce greeting. And in that fierce greeting, we can have more friendships and companionships. So the next runes that are on my arm, funny enough, if I take my shirt off, of course, you'll be able to see it. The next one is a Bine rune. Now, this Bine rune is the same Bine rune that Jacob Todson has on his arm about here, and it represents Wunjo, which represents joy. Fehu represents wealth and prosperity, and Othala, which represents ancestral home and a place to come back to. But it also represents Rado, which represents travel. These are silent runes within the main runes themselves. This is meant to be 3 runes, but there's silent runes within it. It has Isa, which represents a long line, which represents patience. And at the end of the long line, there's the roots, the 3 roots of the tree, past, present, and future, the Norns, but also represents an upside down version of protection of the gods. It represents Rado, rhythm and travel, and it also represents Tiwaz, in understanding that there is a leadership, or there is a masculinity to move forward on this path. For Jacob, it represented in some way a good journey for all of us, but to me it was something that meant more than anything else, and once I understood this spine rune, it made me want to get it even more. The next one is this Thuraz. Now, I actually designed this one. So Thuraz is actually just a line and this triangular looking symbol. The double Thuraz represents overcoming obstacles and challenges. And if there's one thing I know by actually going to a gym, is that actually exercising your bicep is actually a lot more harder than I thought. So every time I flex it, this point goes on top of the bulkhead, and then when I extend it outwards, so then I know that I am always getting stronger with the power of Thor. When I got this rune, it actually started raining when I got it. The other one is Tiwaz, representing Tyr, and it's representing that every time I go to a gym or any time I use my muscles, and this tricep muscle contracts and goes upwards, so does the Tiwaz, which I thought was really powerful. And I love how these runes, or the runes that I've got tattooed on my body, I like the aspect that they move and they warp. So you can see the bottom here, this kind of extends and goes downwards and elongates. But at the same time, when this points upwards, so does the tricep. So I really like that aspect. Another tattoo that I had done was this. This is known as Yggdrasil's tree. So the tree in the middle represents Midgard. And then you have, this is the 9th realm, Midgard in the center. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It represents the 9 realms and my commitment to the All-Father Odin. So I love this tattoo, very much so. It represents it's more of a Celtic design tree. And the reason I really wanted to get that is because I wanted the aspects of the like the way I saw the Yggdrasil tree was a lot like a bonsai tree, where Asgard at the top and everything slowly descends into the different realms. They fade into each other. So I like the idea that with this Celtic rune tattoo kind of thing, you can kind of see the interwovenness of the different realms. The other rune tattoo was this rune here representing Ansuz. It's on the neck for communication and to talk, and it's next to the ear and next to the head for understanding. The understanding of this rune, my oath to Odin, was to be more communicative and understanding on this travel rhythm of path. Funny enough, I did actually have it noted down in my journal. So this here is my journal. And in my journal, I notified the reason why I got that specific tattoo. And it was representation of a certain oath to Odin, mostly. Let me see if I can get it up. Here we are. So the reason why I got this tattoo on my neck here of Ansuz, the oath to Odin as my patron god, a lifetime oath, is my first oath. However, is also simply to follow Odin. Basically, this is what I swore on my neck. This was my first Norse pagan tattoo. Basically, I stated, I, Aaron David Starris I, swear an unbreakable oath to the All-Father, wise wanderer, Odin. On this tattoo, which is a rune that represents estragy, it symbolizes the mouth for communication. That's the reason why it is placed on the neck. Understanding is the reason that it's placed next to the ear. And the reason it's placed near the neck is representing knowledge. So communication, understanding and knowledge. And inspiration. Upon this rune tattoo, I swear to be a wanderer. Swear to be a wanderer no matter how slow, for a lifetime to travel far and wide if I can. To seek wisdom in my travels and to gain knowledge doing so. To uphold and to understand and learn all I can in my lifetime about the values of this rune. And to be a living embodiment of the wise wanderer Odin. So, that's the reason why I got answers tattooed on my neck. The next tattoo was this one that I've also got on my neck, representing my Fylgja. A Fylgja represents a spirit animal, and this goes right round the back of the neck. And what I really love about this tattoo is that if I move forward, it looks as if the raven is flying off. If I put myself centered like this, it looks as if like the raven is sitting on my shoulder. And that's one of the reasons why I love this one. But it also represents how Hunin and Munin, thought and memory, are whispering into my ear the thoughts that I may have had and the memories I did from listening to them thoughts. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are my Norse pagan tattoos. These are the saga of my Norse pagan tattoos. They are very, very simple, but they mean more to me. And it was more of a deep dive thing. I was thinking, you know what kind of Norse pagan tattoos really reflect my path? And most of this, it was an expensive, very, very expensive thing to do. And it was mad. I was going through a very, very mad time. It was in the time where I had so much going on. It was just before I became a dad. And it was something that really made me resonate with my path. And to follow Odin is to go through adversity, which is one of his gifts. And the second gift was madness. So to understand and go through that madness made me have the third gift of Odin, which is clarity of dreams. So I thought to myself, what was the runes, or what was the kind of tattoos that I would have got to represent my saga and represent my path as a Norse pagan? So I really hope that these are reflective. And please, let me know in the comments, what Norse pagan tattoos did you get? What kind of Norse pagan tattoos made you feel more connected to either Odin or Thor or Frigga or Freyr or all the other Norse pagan gods? Another thing is if you are going to get Norse pagan tattoos, take your time. Anytime you get a rune tattooed on yourself, anytime that there is blood sacrificed to that rune activates. I've noticed that it activates in the space of maybe a month, and then you start seeing it work into your life. So if you've sacrificed blood to the runes, be careful and to be sure of what you get, because it will represent itself in your life, and it will represent itself to you in the months to come when you see it. So, if you've liked the content that I share here at the Hipster of Odin, then feel free to like and subscribe and share this video if you can. Trust me, I'm just starting out, and it really, really does help to have your support in this moment in time. So, I'm going to finish up here. See you in the next video, ladies and gentlemen. Until the hall, Skull.